There are approximately 310 million guns in the United States, which is one per every man, woman, and child. For most people, gun use is for hunting and shooting sports, which is how they relax and spend time with their families. Others rely on hunting to provide food for them to survive. With recent gun restrictions pushed by President Obama, it's now harder for family members to bond and harder for those people who rely on guns for food to survive.
Our first speaker tonight is someone I had conversed with and who was instrumental in helping us pass restaurant carry in North Carolina. This Nikki Gosser worked in a nightclub in Tennessee when a stalker broke in and killed her husband Ben. Nikki was prevented from protecting herself because at that point in time, unlike North Carolina until recently, she was prohibited from carrying her concealed handgun within any restaurant that served alcohol. I met Nikki at the Second Amendment March a number of years ago and determined that this was a person we needed to have in North Carolina. She has become a national advocate for restaurant carry and for concealed handgun laws in general. I bring you Nikki Gosser.
By having stricter gun laws and gun bans, it prevents all this from happening. By just having a simple background check on the person, they should be allowed to buy almost any gun, except for automatic ones and military-grade ammo as well.
For karaoke nights, and eventually I realized that there was something not right with him. He had never threatened me. There was no restraining order. We all know that restraining orders are simply a piece of paper, and I ended up having to block him from my social network, which is how we would advertise our business and retain our customer base, because he was sending me some inappropriate messages. I had to tell him, look, I'm happily married, and what you're saying to me is inappropriate. He continued to Nashville, where he normally came. And at that point, I realized this is not just a dedicated karaoke customer. This is not someone with just a simple crush on me. This man is stalking me. So, the moment I saw him, I told Ben, I don't feel comfortable with that man here. I'm going to ask management to remove him. And Ben said, okay, babe, do whatever you need to do. I went to go get management, and they confronted him and asked him to leave. And he proceeded to pull a 45 out from under his jacket and shoot Ben 6 times. He actually stood over Ben and continued to fire into his body while he was on the floor. I was a handgun carry permit holder at the time, I still am. But because of Tennessee state law at that time, I had to leave my permitted legal handgun that I normally carried for self-defense locked in my vehicle. I followed the law. The man that was stalking me did not have a handgun carry permit. He was not following the law. Murder is already illegal. And, the law did nothing to stop him. People would